All right, Jason here from septictank.co.uk. So what is septic tank conversion? If you're a septic tank owner, why is this video important to you? Why should you watch it? Should you care? Well, the simple answer is yes. If you're a septic tank owner, and this is probably one of the most important videos you're going to watch this year. Basically, all the rules and regulations changed, right, on the 1st of January 2020. And basically now 90% of septic tanks across the UK are illegal. So that is where septic tank conversion comes in. So you may never have heard of septic tank conversion. You may not know what it is. Well, I'm going to show you. And how will that benefit you? Well, it will save you thousands and thousands of pounds. How so? Well, basically, as I said, all the rules and regulations changed. And typically, before the rules and regulations changed, this is how 100% of septic tanks, or 99.9% of septic tanks across the UK worked. So the wastewater would come in from your property into the septic tank. So I'll just put, look, wastewater there. So that wastewater comes from your property. So it's your bath, your sink, your shower, man alive, your bidet, washing machine, dishwasher, everything. Your wastewater would leave your property and come into your septic tank. It would then fill up, all right? It fills up with wastewater. And in reality, the wastewater isn't blue, it's more browny coloured, right? So if I put a bit of brown in there, you can now see what's happening. So this brown water would fill up your septic tank. And from there, once the wastewater reached the height of the outlet pipe, it would make its way out through there, and then it would go either into a stream, a watercourse, or it would go straight into the soil. And over time, at the bottom of the septic tank, bits and bobs and debris, fat, grease, sludge, poo, and all that kind of stuff falls to the bottom of the septic tank. So that is basically how a septic tank works. And up to 2 months ago, that's pretty much what all septic tanks across the UK did. Now, when the rules and regulations changed on the 1st of January 2020, basically the British government said, right, that's it, right? We don't want septic tanks polluting watercourses or the soil anymore. So the discharge, right, so if you haven't got a river or a stream or a ditch by you, these new laws and regulations still apply to you. So if your septic tank is polluting the soil or a watercourse, basically it is now illegal, right? You can't do it anymore. So who determines whether your septic tank is legal or illegal? Well, the British government have handed all the power to local council, local authorities, and they are now sending around government site inspectors, and they will come to visit your property. They'll ask you certain questions about your septic tank, and they will want to inspect your septic tank. They will charge you £450 to inspect your septic tank. Why do I say that 90% of septic tanks are illegal? Because 90% of septic tanks were installed prior to 1995. And if your septic tank, right, was installed before 1995 and it does not have an EN 12566-3 certification, then your tank will also become illegal. So if your septic tank is going into a watercourse and your government inspector sees that, it's illegal. He'll then give you a violation notice, right, forcing you to stop using your septic tank there and then. You'll have to cut it off, block it up, whatever, and just get it emptied and replace your septic tank and your soak away. Now, that will cost you anywhere from £8,000 to £12,000. Okay, if your septic tank is leaking, right, the sewage effluent is rising to the surface, right? If it's rising to here, to the ground, right? If it's blocked, if it smells, right? If it isn't big enough for the number of bedrooms, it will be illegal. Government inspectors will make you stop. They will then get an approved contractor around to come and give you a quote. That will cost you £8,000 to £12,000. Now, if your septic tank, basically the government inspectors can cut straight to the chase, because they'll come around and they'll say to you, when was your septic tank installed? You'll say, I don't know, 1983, 1973, 1991. They'll say, fine, can we see your EN 12566-3 certificate, please? And you'll say, well, what is that? And you'll have a look in your septic tank emptying receipts, and of course, you ain't going to find it there. It's just going to tell you when it was emptied and how much was taken out. So, of course, you're going to say, well, I haven't got one. And he'll say, okay, based on the new rules and regulations, your septic tank is now illegal. And again, he will then charge you 450 quid to get an approved contractor to come and do a site inspection and inspect your septic tank, which they know is illegal, but just going through the formalities of giving you the legal paperwork and stuff, they'll say your septic tank and soakaway are illegal. And so based on that, how much room have I got here? They will then determine whether you go for a septic tank or soakaway, or you have to put a sewage treatment plant in. Anyway, it's going to cost you anywhere between £8,000 to £15,000, right, to fix this situation, to make your septic tank legal. Now, I'm getting loads and loads of people ringing me up every week, pulling their hair out cross because of these new rules and regulations, because you may think, well, stuff it, I'll just wait till the septic tank inspector comes around. That's fine, you can do that, but it first comes to light when you sell your house. Two things will happen first. The septic tank inspector will come round to your house first, and then all this will just unfold and you'll have to go through the motions and replace your system. Or when you come to sell your property, the solicitors representing the people buying your house will say, have you got an EN 12566-3 certificate? No. Okay, well, listen, no problem, but what my clients would like to do is drop your house price by 8 to 15,000 quid so they can put a new system in and job done. So these are the complications and the problems that have arisen since all the new rules and regulations changed on the 1st of Jan 2020. So what's the good news? Well, the good news is I'm going to show you how to make your septic tank legal. Right, I'm going to show you how to make your septic tank legal. I'm going to show you how to easily get an EN 125-3 certification, and I'm going to show you how to save 8 to 15,000 quid. Right, so watch this. All right, so I'm just going to rub all this out for a minute, and we're going to leave that there. We're going to leave all that there. I'm just going to get that and rub that out. So rewind. So again, we're going back to your existing septic tank. So this is your existing septic tank. Now, it may be made of concrete, it may be an onion-shaped septic tank, it may be any kind of septic tank. It could have been put in 300 or 400 years ago. It really doesn't matter, because I'm going to show you, right? I'm going to show you right now how to make your septic tank legal in 1 hour. That's right, 1 hour. 1 hour. All right, so all you need is a septic tank converter. Now, let me show you typically what a septic tank converter is. A septic tank converter is a small black box. It's a small black box. It's a government-approved small black box that's made in Germany. Now, I did some research before I came on here, and I'll tell you a bit more about that black box. But the black box is a small black box. Okay, so something like that in size. Okay. And so what happens is this. If I just put the grass back on top, right, these black boxes have been designed by the government to make old septic tanks legal. And I'm going to show you how it works in a minute. All right, so there's two components to it. You've got that little bit and you've got that little bit there. All right, now these septic tank converters are non-electric, so they don't need any power, they don't need any electric or anything. So how they work is this, right? All your wastewater will still leave your property. It'll still go into your septic tank and it'll still come out. But you get your builder or you get a digger, just dig a small hole, right? Put one of these government black boxes in, all the wastewater and everything will come into it and it'll go into it. But the amazing thing is, right, these small black boxes, they're basically like a composter. So they're full of enzymes and bacteria, and what they do, they convert. That's why it's called septic tank conversion, right? They convert all that poor, stinky, pooey, messy, illegal stuff, right? They convert it into safe, clean mineral water. Can you believe that, right? And so what happens is, once the poo and the wee and all that horrible stuff's passed through it, it then converts all that stuff into beautiful, clean, safe mineral water that can then discharge directly into the soil or a watercourse. And so that is what it means to get your septic tank converted. Now, there's lots of different conversions on the internet that run on electricity, and they've got motors and cogs and bearings and all, but 99.9% of them do not come with this. And this is very, very important. Your government converter, so if I put here, look, so if I put septic tank converter here, right, and then I'll do an arrow, all right, so that's the septic tank converter. Can you see that on there? Yeah, we can see. Now, the government, these small black boxes I'm talking about must come with an EN 12566-3 certification. It's a government certification that says it's been built or manufactured in accordance with the government's wishes, and it works to convert sewage waste into lovely, clean water. So it takes about an hour to put this septic tank converter in. And more importantly, you get this government certification with it. So when the solicitors contact you, and representing the people buying your property, they'll say, okay, what system have you got in? You don't have to tell them your septic tank's 100 years old or 50 years old or it's made from concrete or this or that. You say, yeah, we've just modified our system, got a government approved system in now. Here's your EN 125-3 certification. Brilliant. The government inspectors will come round to your house. They'll say, okay, how you doing? We just come to inspect your septic tank. Say, no problem. Just to let you know, we've just put a government approved system in. All right, yeah, here's the government certificate. He'll see the EN 12566-3 certification. He'll be like, wow, thanks a lot. See you, mate. And go on to your neighbours who I bet won't have one of these. So that basically is what septic tank conversion is all about. And this is the septic tank converter. Now, if you're asking me the name of this septic tank converter, one of the most popular ones being promoted by the government at the moment is something called, it's called an ecosystem septic tank converter. That's what they're called, right? Now, they're made by a firm in Germany who've been making them, man alive, for many, many years now. And the firm that manufactures, they're the VW equivalent of what VW are for cars. This German firm is the equivalent of what septic tank converter units are for sewage waste. So it's called, an ecosystem septic tank converter. Yeah, that's right. And why they're so good is, right, because as I said, right, if you haven't got a septic tank converter and you're selling your house and the government inspectors are coming around, you just put one of these in because you don't need any special knowledge with it. And you just get a dig. It takes 40 minutes to flip and dig the hole. You plonk it in. This is standard 4-inch pipe in, just slots into it straight from your septic tank, standard 4-inch out. And that mineral water, that clean mineral water can go anywhere. Mineral water, right? I'll give you some examples. Some people put a little pump here and pump it onto their roses. Some people put it straight into a stream. Some people just let it go straight into the soil. It doesn't matter because it's clean. So if your septic tank smells or it's leaking and you're worried about pollution risks or diseases and stuff because you've got families and stuff, if you put one of these in, it's just going to put out mineral water. How does it work? Well, a little bit more about that. It's like a little composter. Inside, it's got special biomatting. It's got like a little hive inside. And so all the poo and the wee and the sewage go into there. And the bacteria and the enzymes eat it and process it, right? And in turn, convert it into, as I said, mineral water. These small black boxes, as I said, take 1 hour to install. And typically, they'll do up to 6, 7 or 8 bedrooms. So anyway, so there you go. If you're a septic tank owner, I seriously consider you research this, right? If you want to save 8, 10, 12, 13,000 quid and not have to replace your septic tank, then seriously do a little bit of research onto septic tank conversion and septic tank converters. Why have I mentioned the ecosystem septic tank converter? Because I know I've been this is the future. Anything that doesn't run on electricity or have moving parts like motors, cogs, gears, pulleys, shafts and all that, and doesn't break down and comes with a lifetime guarantee and doesn't smell and is approved by the government is a no-brainer to me. And that's why I'm so passionate about ripping these septic tank converters. So there you go. Listen, I hope that's helped you. As I said, if you want to see more of me, then just go into Google, type Septic Tank TV. If you want free help and advice, then just go to septictank.co.uk. And if you'd want to find out a bit more about these septic tank converters, just go onto Google and type in ecosystem septic tank converter. You'll see a load of information about these amazing converters. So listen, you take care and I'll speak to you soon. For more information, just click the link below this video or visit septictank.co.uk for free help and advice.